week of the course on International Investment Law and the Environment. In this week, we'll be exploring the theme Regulatory Autonomy of the Host State in International Investment Law. So to examine this particular theme, the very first video, that is this video, is going to ask a question: should the host state regulate foreign investment? So this video is aimed at examining the nature and scope of the regulatory right of the host state, also to answer the question of should host state regulate foreign investment. The host state has a right to regulate foreign investment made in its territory, and this right to regulate flows from the international legal principle of state sovereignty. We can see that the regulation of foreign investment picked up from the late 19th century itself. Before that, there were many increasing cases of nationalization or expropriation. But from the 19th century, we can see that the host states are taking a very active role in regulating foreign investment in order to mitigate the negative effects of foreign investment. The host state also has a responsibility towards its citizen to take measures for public interest. One such area of public interest is also the protection of the environment. Therefore, the regulatory right of the state confers a responsibility on the host state to enact measures that sets the boundary for protection of the environment. So the host state is free to take any measures to achieve this objective, a very legitimate objective of protection of the environment. So we can see that there is a regulatory right that essentially is rooted, and whenever we spell out the regulatory right of the host state, it is nothing but merely an affirmation of something that is already a part of the principle of state sovereignty. From the human rights perspective, if we look at this question of should the host state regulate foreign investment, we can say that it is not just the right of the host state to regulate foreign investment, rather it is the duty of the host state to regulate foreign investment. How does it so? Because UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, state that will of the people should be the basis of governmental authority. So if we keep the will of the people at the forefront, then there is an obligation on the part of the host state to regulate foreign investment in public interest. So when I say public interest, that also includes an obligation on the part of the host state to protect the environment so that it fulfills the duty towards the citizens. So therefore, examining this question from a human rights perspective, we can conclude that the host state has the duty to regulate foreign investment as well. But to add complicity to this particular examination, if we add in one more element from the human rights perspective itself, is that the human right instruments confer right to property on the individuals, right? So when there is this right conferred on the individuals, to what extent can the host state enact measures for protecting the environment that may interfere with this right to property conferred on the individuals? I mean, primarily the human rights instruments focus on protection of the individual, but this protection also extends to their property as well. For example, if we take European Convention on Human Rights, the main text does not talk about the right to property, but Protocol 1 of Article 1 talks about the right to property as well. But even then, this particular right is not an absolute one. So there some sort of a leeway is conferred on the state to interfere with this right to property, provided it is for public interest. If we also look at many cases, even before international investment law became a separate academic discipline of international economic law, so mostly the cases that were there from the pre-World War or during the World War, most of these cases relate to essentially this question of balancing the state's regulatory power in the context of the right to property of the investors as well. When this sort of dispute started getting prominence, we can see that the developing countries have have gotten many international instruments signed and adopted at the United Nations level. One such instrument is Charter of Economic Rights and Duties of the State. Please have a look at Article 2 of this particular instrument. If you look at Article 2, so there is a right conferred on the host state to regulate foreign investment. So this particular Article 2 talks about even expropriating the foreign investment for a public purpose. It also talks about regulating the economic activities of transnational corporation, that is multinational corporations. So when there were many international instruments that started asserting the regulatory right of the host state, we can clearly infer that the host states, which at that point of time mostly were the developing countries, so they wanted this right to be asserted unequivocally in the international instruments. But at the same times, the practice of signing BITs were picking up, and the first BIT, bilateral investment treaty, was signed between Pakistan and Germany in 1959. So what we see is that in the earlier generation bilateral investment treaties that were signed, this particular right, that is the right to regulate foreign investment, was not explicitly mentioned in the BITs. When it was not explicitly mentioned in the BITs, maybe the contracting parties didn't feel the need to explicitly mention it, because this essentially flows from the principle of state sovereignty. So maybe it was understood between the contracting parties that the host state can take measures in the regulatory measures for the purpose of legitimate goals that it has, maybe with regard to protecting the environment or public health or public order. Probably that's the reason why it was not explicitly mentioned. But it becomes very pertinent for us to examine how can a state assert this regulatory right, especially when many investment disputes are filed, essentially to question whether the state's measures, when it interferes with the right to property of foreign investors. So in the next video, what we are going to look at is, we are going to see how does right to regulate that is placed in the context of international investment agreements.